Hello fellow designer, my name is Brian and today we're gonna create a flyer. Supposed to be a poster, but I just call it flyer because it's a smaller version of flyer. And there's a little difference between poster and flyer, but we'll just take it like a flyer. So yeah, this is a real life project that we're gonna do today. It's kind of like a simple project. It's not a big like explosive project to begin with. So let's go to the creative brief. So this is a registration flyers for a college that I've been working on right now, and this is very minimal text. They just want this to be out and about in the entire school. It could also be in the social media, but this is only for the internal students. So what we're gonna do first is to understand what is the poster or the flyer is all about. So we know that it's gonna be for students. It's gonna be for the spring registration. So this is definitely like a process. So it's a numbered process. So first thing in my mind, it's gonna be something that is very visually easy to navigate and visually easy to get. And also there's a QR code, so they could just put their phone in there. So we're gonna get into creating a QR code as well. So we're gonna use something that is very distinct and easy to to follow, because we're easily get distracted. So we're gonna limit the frustration on this process. So it's just 1 2 3 4 process, and there's like something like attention to what if something goes wrong. So completing the questionnaire, they have to finalists, and then they will be, if ever, they will be contacted by someone who's in charge. And we're going to use InDesign today. Although you can use Photoshop or any publishing software, but I'm gonna use InDesign today just because I like InDesign. It's very optimal for this kind of project. So we're gonna be making a simple let's make it, because also they want to make it's not gonna be a dedicated print, so they're gonna just print it with the on-site printing. So it's a digital printer, so we don't need to do color grade and all that crazy stuff. So we're gonna just need the letter, because they're just gonna post it pretty much everywhere. If they want in the future, they could change it to legal or like a poster or tabloid. We're gonna start with letter first. Let me just go to inches. Somehow I'm familiar with 8.5 by 11. We will not using any facing pages. We're gonna just go landscape. I think it's gonna be easier because we're gonna do some intricate design, simple design. All right, so this is the poster. So we have let me just go back. So Control Alt P to go back and see. So the margin is 0.5. It's not a lot of text, so I'm just gonna go with this kind of alignment, I think, or margin. We will need, I'm not sure if we need bleed, but we're gonna just put a little bit of bleed. I think 0.025, half of the margin, or we can even go, we'll see. Yeah, I think that's big enough for a bleed for now. We can always expand it. So and then we're gonna go to the text. We're gonna just copy everything here and then paste it on this side of InDesign, so we don't have to go back there. So it's all streamlined, easy to get all the information here. So we're also going to make a QR code on in InDesign. They have a function that can allow you to create a QR code. Although you can create a QR code outside InDesign, you can just go pretty much on the internet, search for it, you can find one, and it's also free. So we're gonna use a lot like an icon right here to represent each number. so it's easier to navigate for everyone, because not everyone can understand or read. So we'll make it stands out. And yeah, we're gonna use the branding or the color for the branding. So we're gonna use like a burgundy, and we're gonna let's see, we'll get to there later on. And brand identity, so we're gonna look for, all right, so the color palette, it's gonna be this one right here. So this is the base color, and we will pair it with something like blue, and we're gonna just look for something that will complement this one right here. So what I like to do, I'm just gonna go right here, and then we can try to pair it like this one. If it has a good contrast, that means it's good. So far so good, so we're gonna use that. But this is the base color, and then the font that we're gonna use, I'm just gonna go, we're gonna fill it up with something type, so insert fill with placeholder text. So we're gonna use Futura for like the title, so it stands out. I like Futura because it's like a modern font, and you never go wrong with Futura. And then another one that we're gonna pair this with is Lato, which is a Google font. It's like a substitute for Helvetica. It's free and Helvetica is not, so I prefer to use Lato. You can download it on Google Fonts. So these are our branding. And then and I would also like to put some, like a little bit of image, so it gives more character of the flyer. So I'd like to go to Pexels or unsplash.com to look for free stock photography or images to put it on our flyers. So I'll put students, and I'm gonna just keep scrolling to see. You can filter it if you want. You can go study, but I think I found my pictures here. So this is the one that I'm gonna use. You can just hover and then you can click large or whatever the size that the poster is, but I will use large so I can get all the good pixels and dimension. And then we could paste it right here. You can just put it right here, so we have it right there. And then what I'm planning to do, I'm gonna put the banner right here, or the title. So I'm just gonna put, actually I can use this rectangle tool right here. And now I'll just make sure that it goes to the edge or to the bleed, so we don't have problem later on fixing it. So it's better to do it right now, so we are all good to go. We can make it black, and then we can duplicate it actually. So you can just press Alt, and then you can put let's see, copy, and then paste into, and then you have the image in there, and then you can just fill it up. Oops. Yeah, fill frame proportionally, and then you get a good frame right there. And then we could just make it maybe a little bit bigger so it doesn't crop up the design. So a little bit like this. And also we could add some interest. So remember this one right here. We could go to gradient, select it, and then we could incorporate different colors. So we could just drag this. Make sure that you save all your swatches or colors so you can do the gradient easily. So you can just put it right here, the red. Oops, am I on that part? Let's see. Okay, so we could just put it right here. Doesn't work though. Let's see, black. We're on that layer. We could Ooh, okay. Okay, so we have it right there. We can just drag it right there. And make sure that you're on that layer, and then we could fix it. The color right here, so you can see it changes. So you can just click G or press letter G or George, and then you can just play with it, and then you can bring this back on there, and then put it on the layer. You could put it underneath this layer, and now you could lower the opacity right there. So I just for now we can lower the opacity to that extent, and then we could get our title right here. We can use this Futura right here. Since we have it already, we can, oops, you can just click that and put the, oops, it didn't go. So we're just gonna go Futura. I think it's kind of like, we'll try this bold right here for now, and we're going to make it all caps so it stands out pretty good. If it's too big, we can always, you know, change the font. Let's see if that's, I think it's too much. Or we can do this returning, is it return? Okay. We can put it on the center right there, and then make sure that it's on the center. Or we can make it the original plan right there. I think it's too bold, so we're gonna make it a little bit, maybe demi. We'll try to preserve the faces of the students, but I don't think it could happen. But so far, I think it's good. We let's see, we're gonna just make it all the way. Oops. Okay, we're gonna make it a little bit bolder. I think it should be okay. So we're gonna go from demi to heavy. I think it's gonna be okay. Returning student. Okay, so far it's looking good, and then we're going to create. So this is done. We can delete that. So overview of registration process should be all the way here. So we're gonna be using Lato. We're gonna change the color to black, but we could change it later on. So we're gonna go for, this is gonna be Lato. I think we're gonna use not light, but kind of regular. And we can on the paragraph style right here, we can save that right here. So subheading, we can name it subheading. So we have this style right here, so we don't have to go back here again and then do the same thing. So we're just gonna use that right there. So far I think the black is too dark. We're gonna change the tint to maybe 80, so it's not really that contrasty. I think I like that. And then for the spring session, we could actually make it bold and change the tint to maybe like 90, so it has a good emphasis on here. I think I like that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna align this one right here, so it has these alignment. I think I like that better than, you know, center, and then the other we can make it, I think we can make it a little bit bigger. There's a little bit of, okay, so far I'm gonna leave it like that, and then we're gonna go for a scan QR code. Let's see, so to generate a QR code, you need to have the website of where you're diverting, or to how, I mean, yeah, you need the, let's just go generate QR code on object, generate QR code. You can go to web hyperlink or anything right here, but web hyperlink is when you put like maybe a Google Doc or something. Let's just put like random stuff right there, and if you have the color palette, I'll go for black for now, and then you can click OK, and you can have InDesign will generally or automatically create a QR code for you, and this, when they scan it, this QR code will lead them to like a sign up form or anything that will make them do the sign up or registration or more details about this. And then I think I'm gonna go for a border. I'm gonna put a border on this one right here so it looks a little bit better, so it has like a closure or something. Yeah, so I will use also a rounded, a little bit rounded, not too much, probably like this one, maybe this one. And then we're gonna increase the stroke to probably like this one. I just like it like this, but you can always remove the stroke if you want. You want it like floating, but I don't want it like floating. Want it like this. Think we need like an icon here, easier or navigate easier. Like it's more like user experience or like how it looks. So we're gonna go for, I always go to this one right here, flaticon.com or flaticon, and this will give you like all the icons that you need in your life. Some of them are free, but some of them are something, yeah, there's a pricing right here. I'm not being sponsored or not being paid to do this, but it's usually it's a designer's go-to for icons. It's a PNG, so if you want to go like the real Illustrator or vector file, I think you have to pay for some amount. So I'm gonna go for a phone here, just to show that it's you have to scan it. So you can download PNG free. You need to actually attribute this one right here, and then you can just drag it right here, and then you can put the phone right there. It's kind of big, but we're going to make it smaller a little bit later, but I just want to make it so for individual to do, let's see, so easier, so they know that you have to scan this one. So I want a circle actually. Yeah, so I'm gonna copy this one, copy, and then oops, you can actually paste it. Oops, I'm always get confused. Paste into, remove the border, and then you can fit it inside this one right here, inside. And let's see if that feels good. I think I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna fill it up with white, and then we're going to make a rectangle tool right here, and then we're going to round it, fill it up with white, and I think it's too small, but I'm gonna make it bigger. Oops. So we're just gonna make this element here a little bit smaller. Hopefully this still be a clear indication that they need to scan this. Okay. So I think I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. And then we're gonna put another text right here. So I'm gonna borrow this one right here. I'm gonna put scan me in all caps. So I'm gonna use this one right here. Then we're gonna color it white. Then we could put it right here. I don't know if it's making sense, but we can always, you know, modify it along the way, but I think I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, I guess. Okay, so scan me. I think it's gonna make it a little bit user friendly. We're going to use the pen tool right here. We're gonna make a arrow. So on the stroke, you can go for like an arrow right here. And you can, oops, you can simplify it as well. So let's see, you could fix it for sure. Oops, Command Z please. And then we could change the color to the branding. So we're gonna use the burgundy right there. Just to give it like, you know, modern twist, like an arrow. I don't know if it's a modern twist, but I just like putting arrows. So it's more like a navigation that points them to, you know, scan this thing right here. And then that should be okay. We can increase the stroke to like 2. Oh, it's too big actually, so we're gonna just use it. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good enough for me. And we're gonna go to the next step, which is complete the online questionnaire. So we go back here. Let's go for an icon for questionnaire. So it should give you like a questionnaire, but take note. I usually take note of how I did all of this thing right here. They kind of like this kind of edge right here, except for this one right here, the QR code. I really cannot modify that, so I think I'm gonna go for like curve type of illustration, black filled, and questionnaire. I think I'm gonna go that's, yeah, I think this one is good. Just looking for a simpler one so it's easier for the user. Okay, so this is gonna be our, you know, our next icon. So it gives it more like easier to recognize. So that's the second icon. So the next icon that we're gonna look is appointment. So we're gonna look for an appointment kind of icon. So we're going back to flat icon or flat icon. Online appointment. So we're just gonna keep looking until we find something that it suits our mood board. So online, is it appointment? Okay, let's see if we have that. Okay, so I found this one right here. It's kind of similar with the style, so we're very consistent with it. And the next one is gonna be verified. So we're going back to flat icon. So let's go verified. So I guess we're gonna go for this one right here. And then we can just go to InDesign and then just put it right here. So make sure that they have all same size so it doesn't really mess up the design. Make sure that it's consistent. And this one right here, we'll make sure that they have same. So InDesign has the algorithm to make it all the same size and dimension. So this is for, we're gonna put it right here. And then we can, so right now we're gonna divide it. So this is the center, right? So this is our, like something that divide them. So make sure that they're all in kind of like the same pattern. So we can incorporate the text right here. So the scan me right here doesn't really have a text, so it's pretty much self-explanatory. We can have this one right here. So we're gonna just make them all same font. so it's easier for us to navigate. So we're gonna use regular right here. So complete the online application, we can just shortcut is T, press T, and then you can just make sure that it's black, and then we can decrease the text. Okay, so we're gonna just copy paste everything here so they have all in here. So the next one is this one right here. We're gonna change the color to black for now, so it's easier for us to see what's going on. And then we can, and then for the last text right here, same. Let me just format this first, make sure that they're all in the center, because this one is not really necessarily the same size of everything. So for the icon we only have same size, but this one, since this is the focus or focal point of the poster, then we're gonna just make this one the biggest one. And then we can we actually need a number system here so they don't get confused, the student. So we can get this style right here. We can put 1, it's kind of big. You can just make it smaller. Oops. Let's make it smaller right here. Okay, so we are going to color it to this one right here, and then put it somewhere right here, all of them actually. So we can just put 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so it's looking good actually at the moment, but okay, let's just make it smaller right here. I usually just work like this, like a freehand type of thing, but if I'm working with a lot of text and a lot of pages, I usually go for a different paragraph style. But since this is like a quick or a easy flyer, I don't really usually do that. Yeah, so it's all aligned right here. Let's see if we could do much better right here. We can, I like the idea of like overlapping, and we can get some ruler right here. Yep, so they are in good place. So this one, okay. So put the ruler to make sure that they're all aligned. Okay, I think this is doing good. You can eyeball it what looks good and what's not. So okay, so we have our base image here, or the base of our design. So the next thing that we're gonna do, we can create like a box here to make it more, that separates them and make it easier to look at and to read. So we're gonna change the color to the burgundy, so it's more like consistent. And then we're gonna put the layer. Let's see, we could do this right here. Arrange send to back, and then we could change the color to, or the transparency to this, or we could actually, since it's printing, we can just change the tint right here. But you can go ahead and do the transparency, but since it will be printed, we could just put it maybe like 5, the base color, and then we're gonna have the rounded so it's consistent throughout everything. So we can make it a little bit bigger so it doesn't look cramped. And then we can just, let's see if it's good enough. We can make this a little bit all like lower it so they have a space, and then we can copy this one right here and just put it on the other side. And then it's pretty much the same thing right here. Oops. So Alt and then click the page or the elements you want to be copied, and then you can just do the same thing here. And then there's a lot of improvement that we have to do. We can make it this one a little bit smaller. Oops. We can copy that. We can do this right here so we have more space for all the elements and it doesn't look cramped. So we can make this one a little bit smaller, and then we could make it go up a little bit so it has a breathing room throughout. And so far it looks good now. I think we can make the text a little bit bigger. So now it's 13. We can make it maybe 14 or maybe 6. Let's see, 16. Let's see if it works. No, I think with this layout we can just go for 14. And then we could change, oops, we can change the leading right here, make it a little bit 14. The rule is 14, you have 2, so it's like 16. But you can make it more since it's being printed, so it's easier for everyone to read. So we can go to paragraph style, we can add this style right here so we can get it like body. So we can just do the same for everything. Oops. Let's see. So body, we could, not sure what happened here, but no. Let's see, apply clear overrides. Okay, same thing right here. It's kind of big. I don't know what happened here, but after you have completed, okay, I guess that's a lot of word. We can put it kind of here, so okay, I think that's gonna be okay. Let's move this element, so we're gonna lock this one right here, so Control 2, oh, Control L actually, and then we could just move this elements a little bit here. And let's see. Oops. A little bit twist and turn right there, but I think it's looking good. You can even move this a little bit more. And then we could, oops. Okay. So we can highlight some text that needs to be highlighted, like this one right here. We can go bold, and we could go to a character style. We can do the same thing, bold, and then make an appointment. I think that's a good thing to highlight. And then all completed selection will verified, so we can highlight the verified as well, so it looks a little bit more dynamic. So we can make this one center, this one as well. Okay. There's a little bit of problem here. I want to make it more a little bit consistent, but I think it's looking good right now. And then the other one right here that we have to put is this one right here, like a attention. And we can use the same text box. We can just enhance it and then paste it, and then go to paragraph style. You can go body, clear overrides, and we can make it center. Is that center? So page, you can, I think it's already in the center. Yeah, so that's center, and I think this is good enough. Let's see. I'm just gonna make this one a little bit smaller, and we should be okay. We can unlock everything here, so we could do the final draft. Make sure that everything has, okay, this one doesn't look right. We can make this one a little bit. I think it looks good right now. Yeah, so this is gonna be our finished flyers. I think it's easy to understand what's happening here. So we have the title right here. It's not really in a good position. We have the returning, so this is an internal poster, so nobody will see it, just for the students. So I got a lot of like a student image on unsplash.com, put it here, so it looks more like dynamic, and it's not just like ordinary like flyer that goes everywhere. So it has a little bit of a bold title right here. It has a little bit of subheading, what is this about, and then the steps, and then the icon gives the student to know what's gonna be. And yeah, so this icon means like a questionnaire, so this is like a calendar, so it means you have to do like appointment and stuff, and this is very recognizable, it's verified. So if you're verified, you don't have to, you know, worry about it. And this QR code that we created on InDesign here, so it gives a little bit of a, you know, handy feeling that you can just do this. You don't have to type the website or anything. So make sure that your phone has this. I think all the phone now can scan QR code, unless you're using, you know, the dumb phone. But I guess that's pretty much it. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something from here, and feel free to give me a like or comment, subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.